accumulator, but probably not as damaging as you probably think he is.
But he's involved in score involvements, which I always thought an I'd rate.
Yep.
So or he's a goal assist type of player. I get what you're saying, and I think he would be elevated if you had a couple more, and let's hope Soligo can or Rochelle can, or I don't think it'll be Rankin, or they can go to the market this year and get an A-grade bloody midfielder.
Is your chat, Rowie, this chat now, is this all about being recognised in an All-Australian team?
Well, no, it's not,
because
I know you're a selector.
No, I'm not a selector.
Oh,
I'm not,
I thought you were.
No, I was a few years ago. But I think he is very valuable. He's Adelaide's best player.
Yeah.
So
I think he is.
I get that, and other people rate him, but you only get in that discussion when you're up. Really, All Australians comes down to where you're finishing on the ladder sometimes, and how well your team is doing.
Well, he's an All-Australian back pocketer.
Yeah, multiple times.
And I think if the Crows had have been able to get some elite midfielders and draft them or recruit them or get them in, he could still be an All-Australian back pocketer. And I think that's where the growth will come.
Yep.
When Keys isn't in the middle and he's on the half-back flank, and we've got blokes in there that are just shaving away at the bit, and Thilthorpe's in the ruck maybe. 9-3, 57 apiece, almost ready for the second half. Showdown 53. What do you want to see just at the start of this quarter, Treaders?
It's got to be the contest again.
Yeah.
Port Adelaide's won the clearances. They're going to make sure that's on the scoreboard.
5AA footy for Flurio Milk Company. Here we go, the start of the second half. Oh, Lysett jumped right into the gills of Riley O'Brien. The ball jar's free. Michael Annie left it, which let Rioli come in. Handballed out now to Horn France. It's not a free kick. Had to be a free kick, although he did play for it. Ball ends up at the full forward line. Sampao Papa dives in after it with Murray. So too Marshall. There's a ball up 30 out directly in front. Well, I thought that was a free kick all day, every day.
No, he played for it. They're not going to play him these days, right?
Fair call. Scores locked away, 57 apiece. Great work by Charlie. Took it out of the ruck. He should have got rid of it. It is. So hold the ball, the seed, the cob, the cherry, the nut when you do that out of ruck. And young Michael Annie, well, he did a terrific Adelaide Exposed Concrete tough tackle.
Do you reckon Scotty Lysett got a rocket the way he jumped in first time?
Well, I reckon he might have. Michael Annie, brilliant, gave it out to Butts. Butts jarred it free to Keys. Keys got it out now to Soligo. Soligo's on this near side wing, and he's just playing with the ball a bit here. He goes short, and he's found B. Smith. B. Smith goes short again. He finds Soligo. Soligo goes short again, and he finds Murphy. So 7 passages of play. 7 marks, 7 short kicks, and it's up on the wing. So ball in hand now. Murphy, the important kick. He pops it up into the air. Thilthorpe's got a really good run at this, but it went over his head. Dawson, who started forward at it. Here they go. Ollie Wines got it out to Jones, who's got some pace, who gave it out now to Bonner. Told to play on to Drew. Back to Bonner. Bonner on his left leg goes to the outer side. Ball is bouncing and wobbling. Running. Oh, it is Michael Annie. He's been killed. Marshall has absolutely smashed the kid. I reckon he's broken rib 8, 9, 10 and 11. Ball to the outside. Scholl gives it up to Walker. The kid's still down. That was a massive, massive crunch. Both with eyes on the ball. Michael Annie, you star.
Welcome to AFL footy.
Ouch! I felt that up here.
Oh, look at the Dave Benson Caravan replay. Ball in dispute. Just caught him under the armpit, didn't he?
Oh, he squealed.
He's got to come off. He might need just to come off for a spell.
Western Hospital will have a look at that as we get down. There's a free kick being paid in the forward line. It's a Crow free kick. Pedler within range. He's already kicked one.
You don't want to come off, Michael Annie. The Western Hospital injury report. We'll cross down to Sam Dado shortly. He got the win absolutely knocked out of his sails.
Yes. To his feet, though, Michael Annie coming to the boundary line.
Good effort. And Todd Marshall, too. People have questioned at times his attack on the ball.
So Pedler, just on 50, I reckon he'll kick. He does. He goes towards goal. Will it make the distance? It does. Clears everybody on the line. He gets his third goal. He's kicked one in each quarter. And puts the Crows in front and draws first blood in the third term. They're 10-3-63 to 9-3-57. Solar Heart scoreboard.
He has X Factor, this boy.
Oh, that was a grab by Bonner. That was a panic moment. Didn't have to do it.
Dave Benson Caravan's replay. Yeah, Ollie's saying, what the hell
happened
there?
He grabs hold of his arm. It's
just silly.
That's a free.
Definitely there.
Just a silly thing to do.
9-3 to 10-3. Margin is 6 points. Start of the third quarter. Rochelle in the middle. So too Laird. Sligo on this wing. Rory Sloane Can't see him. He's on the bench. Scholl on the other wing. You've got Dawson in the middle. Gee, they're moving Dawson around. Haven't seen him off half-back flank. Love to be up through the ground. Solihart scoreboard. Crows by 6 points. Lysett doesn't win that one. Rochelle does. Gives it to Laird. Laird handballs down to a flat-footed ruckman who gave it to Rochelle, who broke. Does the don't argue, then get the kick. Houston's tackle was great. Walker dropped it. Cleary was right on him. He does a good job on Tex. He got chopped again. Balls out the back to Bonner. Tackled there by Murphy, umpire. Could have played about 5 free kicks. He played none. There'll be a ball up 40 out directly in front from the Crows. They've started the better. They lead by 6.
Stoppage inside 50 for Adelaide. Knocked down well there by Walker. Looking for a teammate. Just busting his way through Pedler again. Just couldn't quite get the handball to a teammate. Dropping on there. Umpire thought about blowing the whistle. Didn't. Out to Rosie. He's been dropped on the outer side. He might have been tackled without it.
Professional free. Held on to him.
And Rochelle wants to go on with it.
Travis Boak, just the 4 touches for RAA Insurance.
Well, just thinking about him, is he playing that high half forward role again?
He started centre wing at three-quarter time. He started on just after half time. He started on the wing.
Well, there's an upside because he can get it.
Yeah, Wines gives it off to the running Bonner. He goes long. Jones has got to compete and be in front there. Come up at him. And he's just been able to punch it over the boundary line for a throw-in. Left half forward flank for Port Adelaide in attack.
Will they persist with him as that hybrid forward, small forward?
Yeah, they like...
Mate, you're looking for a
persisting.
defender, a small defender. He's the one. 9-3 to 10-3. Crows by 6. Boundary thrown on the outer side. Murphy read that well. O'Brien won the ruck work. Comes out now. Farrell. He socked that cleverly. Dersma grabbed it. Now to Connor Rose. You see his little brain ticking, but he kicked in the man on the mark. Lysett somehow got the mark. Gave it back to Farrell. Had a windy with that handball. Laird snapped it off. Dersman's got it. Oli Wines won't miss the handball, but he did to Drew. He had to go on his non-preferred left, and the mark's been taken by Marshall. A scrappy piece of play. They made something out of nothing. Playing in front, Marshall dives forward in the left-hand forward pocket. Will have a shot at goal, Treaders.
Well, not sure he could have probably, 4 ineffective disposals and it ends up with a shot on goal. So it is a positive, but geez, Port made the most of it. Overcooking handballs, and that's perceived pressure.
Well, good pressure by Adelaide. So Marshall will run out on his right leg, lay it over his right shoulder. Riverbank stand in. A man of his talent with the 1 goal should put this straight through. He opens it up. Oh, the umpire did not move an eyelash. Scores locked away at 10-3 apiece, 63. Unbelievable. Let's go down to our Jarmer's Kitchen boundary rider, Sammy Daddo.
Yeah, Mark Lenny came to the bench sucking in the big ones. Assessed by the doctor, looks to set to rejoin though, shaking it off, looking all right.
Yeah, good kid. Treaders.
Well, it was a scrap, wasn't it? But Marshall in front of his man and finished truly. You could almost put him down from there. He's kicked a few from that spot. He's very comfortable.
His first?
Yeah, that's his first for the night.
Yeah, he missed one and dead in front. Yeah.
Well, already in this first, stanza of this quarter, Adelaide have controlled the ball with kick mark, and Port Adelaide have got an inside 50 based on handball receive. So you can see...
Run and carry.
Yeah, you can see both forms of what Adelaide are trying to do. They're trying to keep the ball off and just move the ball down the field. And then you can see Port Adelaide, they want to flick it round and try and go a little quicker with some handball receives.
Back in the centre we go. Scott Lysett tried to drag it in, but Boat just socketed off the ground cleverly up towards centre half forward. Wines attacking it hard. Ground level, they all bust up. I reckon that's in there was Keys trying to get through. Couldn't do. Was it Barry? Ben Gawn holding the ball.
Yeah, it's Barry.
Yeah, it was Warren Treadray for Puritat picking that up quickly. And Sam Powell-Pepper,
well, he should be listening to Campo. I ruled him out first term. It's exactly as effective, the same distance.
Let's give it off to Houston. Houston got close to a man on the mark. He's kicked it long. O'Brien's down there by himself and he's touched it over the line. And that was, again, not a great piece of play.
I don't understand, Timmy. Like, Lysett's standing on the 50-metre line, and he's well and truly not going to kick that. That's always going to land on the line.
Correct.
Okay, Miller kicks it into the outer side. Walker goes up. Fist through the ball again. I reckon that was Tom Jonas that time that's gone out of bounds between half forward and wing on that outer side. 10-4-64 Port Adelaide. Crows 10-3-63. Strap yourself in, Showdown 53 for Flurio Milk Company. We've got ourselves a cracker here. A marginal 1 point. game's tightened up a bit too, I must say. Boundary throw-in. Again, Riley O'Brien got it, but got it to no one in particular because Rosie read it off the mark. Laird got the second possession, but then he couldn't get the third. Rankin's dropped out of the game with his first 2-quarter goals. Is up onto the wing, having a crack in the midfield there. Laird again gets another one out to Riley O'Brien, who fell over. In there's Butters. Stacks on the middle on the outer side wing. Umpire let it go. And there's been a few possessions that have been hitting the dirt, Timmy.
Yes. Maybe
both teams.
A little bit of fatigue. Who knows? Mental fatigue.
That's
perhaps.
a better ruck knot.
Yep, straight out it came. It should have been marked. It was dropped by, might have been Gallant. In goes Houston trying to tap it forward.
Oh, clever.
Oh, that was Tom Jonas wrapped up in a great tackle there. Gallant on him. That was an Adelaide exposed, concrete, tough tackle. Best on ground all year round, that one.
Jeez, he's clean below his knees, Rosie, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's
exceptional.
Robbie Gray. Like,
Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
Tom Jonas wasn't expecting that back, was he?
Oh, yeah, Brian nearly got that out. Did well. In went Farrell, left it behind. They go again. Dawson, good hands. Short one, who's there? Who can mark it? Dropped it. Was Cleary. Spills free. Again, another ball comes loose. Pepper attacked it really hard. Went through the whole
80
pack.
metres for that.
Gave it off to Butters, who finds a target on the wing. It was Boat. Puts it at the feet, though. Going to run, keep
trouble.
Sam Powell Pepper doubles up. He's looking for Wines.
Rioli out the back.
Wines 55 out, looking to roll on, but there's only little Rioli in the square. Not quite
There's
a big enough
space in
target.
front of him, lob it in front of him.
Yeah.
Powell Pepper kept you in the game again.
Mate, he was brilliant off half back, and then he changed the ball through the middle.
Oh, he's kicked it and he's hit Charlie.
how
on
could
That hole was there
massive.
for 20 seconds.
Yeah, and he worked up Charlie and then worked back, and I like that smartness now. That's more what we want to see of him.
Yeah, absolutely, Timmy.
Well, that team defence was crap there.
Take the negative side, though. That the first kick was on. It was on 10 seconds earlier. Get back off your mark quick and then go to the space.
Well done, but where was Peds and where were the midfielders?
Adelaide had to cover the space.
I saw Butts gave them an absolute spray, and rightly so.
Absolutely.
That's a winger's role.
So,
show.
Charlie just been limping a bit. Will that hook his kick? No, it won't. He kicks it straight through the middle. Charlie gets his third. He's kicked 3-1 tonight and puts Port Adelaide 7 points in front. They'll go to 11-4, 70 to 10-3, 63 on the Solar Heart. Smart Australian saved with solar since 1953 scoreboard.
Yeah, it was Lockie Shoal, Rowie. I was watching, and he was the winger on that far side. And
he had to get in the spot.
Well, you just got to go and sit in there as a winger. That's what you do. You go and sit in that hole, and then you call a forward up to cover your man, which was Dersma, and then you make sure that there's no leading lane. If they're going to hit it to the pocket where they've got to try and kick it from the boundary line. That was really poor.
Yeah,
Interesting stuff, Rowie, on David Benson Caravan replay. If it wasn't Dixon, who was the other guy? It was Powell Pepper again. So he won the hard ball off half back. He then won the overlap, and then he's worked back in and led back up and got ignored. His work rate's been phenomenal.
Pure Tap special comments, Scotty Camporelli and Warren Treadray. 11-4, 70, 10-3, 63. Barnes and 7, back in the middle we go again. Riley O'Brien slaps the ball forward. Horn Francis overcooked it, led again. So too Keys, he gets rock and rolled. There'll be a secondary stoppage 5 metres forward to centre. Umpire throws it straight up. Here comes Rankin, came charging through, kicks the ball around his body, shallow inside 50. Walker was held well by Cleary. Coming in with the crumb was terrific. Below his knees again, Campo called it, was Connor Rosie. He gets wrapped up and there'll be a ball up on the 50-metre line.
I tell you what he does. He's always the next number.
Yep.
He's always the next one there.
Yep.
Yeah. Keys trying to just soccer it through, and he got down and dirty.
Huge talent.
Trying to get it out. Again, Rosie didn't quite get it to Horn Francis. It's awkward as it just spills free. Butters is going to be first upon it. He has to dodge one or two. He's put Jonas under the pump. He's got a kick out towards Rioli. Will he get there? He does. Handball inside was chopped off by Rory Sloane. That was really good work. Rioli has to make up with it with a good tackle. Michaelani's back on the ground. He's just shot a handball out as well. Keys from a standing start puts it into the pocket and just sneaks it behind.
Oh, I
Had
hate
to
that.
give it.
Oh, I hate that about him.
Yeah.
Hate it.
Yeah, so 10-4, 64 to 11-4, 70. It's one straight goal, the different Solar Heart scoreboard.
Now, it might be harsh, but if he does that one every 40 games, you'd get it. He does it every bloody game, Campo.
Yeah, just put it to the square, top of the square. Give yourself the best chance.
11-4 to 10-4. Important point margin 6. Comes out now. Dixon's there. So too was Dersma. Charging through Rochelle. Head down, tail up. The Butts gave it off to Keys. Handball the first time then to Duday gave it off to Michael Annie. He goes forward. In front again was Jonas Alir. Rare touch. Houston got tackled by Pedler. Outstanding. Drew in traffic. Gee, it's hot in the kitchen in here. Good tackle there by Rose. He wasn't holding the ball. Berry got it out to Walker. Off one step. Walker squirts the ball. He tried to fight in the end. I reckon that was Butsy coming through again. What a tackle. Was that Dersma? Or was that Houston Farrell? What a tackle.
And 50.
Yeah, it should be
50 metre penalty. Gee, that was a goal-saving tackle. Great tackle in the end. Adelaide exposed concrete, tough tackle. He thought he was out, Saligo, but Farrell just wrapped him up. Margin 6, Port's way.
RA Insurance stats. Adelaide been nutted at the clearances all game so far, but in this third term it's 7-4 Adelaide's way.
Well,
but it seems that Port's pressure at the contest is just slightly better.
Oh, the kick was poor.
Oh, dear.
Burn Jones, who slapped it over the top. He did well to get away with that. Butters gets back on the right, kicks it deep into the pocket. Todd Marshall in a one-on-one. Well done. That was... who was that? It was Butts, was it, to get that punch away? It was Murray.
Yeah.
Well done, Murray. And that saves a shot at goal. It'll be a throw-in. Left forward pocket for Port Adelaide. They lead by 1 goal. Solar Heart scoreboard.
Dawson's gone back, started in the middle. He can run his own race by the looks of things. Margin is 6, you're right.
Fair enough, too. He's good in each third.
Dixon now got it out. Junior Rioli handled over the top. Bonner handles over the top, crashing through. I reckon that was Butters.
Yeah.
Handled over the top. Marshall, the pressure's great. Here comes Rosie. Terrific tackle. He's caught without the ball. Umpire says play on. 30 metres out, directly in front. We've got ourselves another ball up. Good pressure by both teams.
Good defending.
Fantastic defending. Umpire throws it up. Riley O'Brien. Charlie Dixon won it clearly. Rochelli's now having a squirt on the ball to Rankin. Look away handball was quite good to Scholl. Scholl gave it back to Hinge. Hinge with his left leg. Poe pokes it. Rankin took a terrific mark above his head. Did he pay it? Yeah, he has.
He has.
Getting himself into the game. Started like a rocket in that first quarter. Died out a little bit. Get his stats for RAA.
Just go down to the boundary line for Jarmas.
Hey boys, the tactical subs activated for Port. Oratio Fantasia in, Xavier Dersma out.
Really? Xavier Dersma. Was
Ow.
there any injury with that or?
Wow.
8 disposals and a goal at 100%. Not a huge amount of footy, but...
Well, he did the original bow and arrow that Timmy wasn't happy with because I think Rankin did one. Was that?
He did. Yeah. So thrown in,
Got a
centre
patent
wing.
on it, clearly.
Yeah.
They
In he
ripped
goes.
it from the NBA.
Yeah, that's where it originated. Well done. Tapping it forward.
Oh, good
Ends
effort.
up with Rochelli. Rochelli gets a kick away. Jonas Alir. They're under the pump. They're outnumbered. Ground
Good
level.
night.
Saligo.
Good boy. Oh!
Goal. And that is a Beechwood Homes goal of 8. And the real custom home builders as he snaps a goal to Port Adelaide back level with Port Adelaide. 11-4, 70 apiece. Solar Heart scoreboard.
The free kick was given away by Lear, and it was just play on, and great finish by Saligo. But that's what you want to do. If you're Adelaide, you want to drag a lid deep. He doesn't like defending on the last line. He likes to play zone-off footy and play in front. But that's exactly what they did then. Got into a hot spot, gave away a free kick. He played on and finished truly.
Well, it was good. Saligo was in that. Rochelli was in it. Rankin's in it. They're the ones that need to get in. I'm just getting the goggles out. Dave Benson Caravan's replay on Saligo. He's got a bit happening there. I reckon there's a little bit of a perm, there's a little bit of colour, there's a bit of length, there's a little bit of sideways action, and a little bit of action down the back.
Bit of Joe Dirt type.
Hope not.
I'm not quite a fan of that. Solar Heart scoreboard. Scores locked away again for the 5th time in the game. Out of the centre square, Ronnie Thilthorpe tried to charge through. Horn Francis got met heavily. He ducked his head a tad. Umpire said you leant into it, so we'll have a ball up. The true centre half forward position. Centre square clearance, a rare one. We'll get them for RAA shortly. Umpire throws the ball up. It's 11-4 apiece. Charging through was Horn Francis. Did the don't argue. You'll see more of that in his 300-game career.
Good
Goes
kick.
to the outer side. It was a terrific little balanced kick. Bergman runs on it, takes the mark half-back flank.
He goes long towards half forward. Powell Pepper in a contest there over the top of their heads. She goes out of bounds. In between wing and half forward will be thrown in outer side.
You just look across the two teams and who's going to be the one. For me, Butters, he's the one from Port Adelaide that hasn't quite got going yet. I feel like he might be the one that can turn this game.
So Lyset just slaps it forward. Ground level, Bergman and Horn Francis there. Good tackle
Drew.
by Drew.
That's holding the ball,
Not
umpire.
rewarded. And Bergman goes in and then pushes it out. It's been cut off. Dawson kick smothered. Nobody can really touch it. Ends up with Horn Francis. He kicks it, looking for Charlie one-on-one. Nearly took the mark. Rioli front and centre, tried to tap it forward. Couldn't get it to a teammate. Brodie Smith's over the top of Sam Powell-Pepper. It spills out. They're trying to get the ball free. It's kicked towards the boundary line, out of bounds on the full. It is. It'll be a Crows free kick.
And I think the one for the Crows may be a Rochelle type. They've moved him into the midfield for more of this quarter, which I do like.
Well, we haven't seen as consistent from the GWS game with Rankin go into the midfield.
No.
So maybe he's the one that actually goes in there.
Like it, but pull that trigger. Alier flew, got a fist to it. It's gone out of bounds on that outer side wing. So he played 19 minutes on the Albion Hotel clock. It's 11-4-70 apiece. It's a bit like basketball. It's going to go down to the wire, isn't it? You know, in basketball, they just play. Then the last 2 minutes, it's game on. It feels like this. It's been a game like basketball between the two arcs. Not a lot of tackles. We'll get those stats. Lyson, he's had a good duel in the middle with O'Brien.
Smother
ball, it was by Rory Sloane. Hinge got it out now, and on the outer side to Scholl. Laced out the leading player. That was terrific, and that is Gallant. He's got a game, this kid, Mr. Squiggle. He just got to get his body right. He's got all the tricks. Kicked 4 in the showdown, I reckon, last year in this exact same one where Dawson won it after siren. Ball goes forward. Horn Francis getting himself into the game. Goes forward now. G. Dixon was in front, was held. 1-on-1, Butsy's got to get better, and he will. Almost played 50 games, and Charlie Dixon with 3 goals got it on the outer side wing.
Yeah, Charlie's just got to push back a bit here. He's a bit close to the man on the mark. He takes off now. Nice kick. Very smart kick. He hits Bergman. Hinge to roll on. Go towards full forward. Who's there? Marshall nearly bounced off. Good effort to try and tackle was Finlayson. Didn't quite come off. A high kick. Crows dump it out. Everybody missed it somehow. Then big Scotty Lycett tried to do a clever handball. That was a bit too clever. And wrapped up in a tackle was Farrell, and it's decided it's going to be a bounce.
Would you pull a sub for the Crows at all, Scotty, thinking about it? You got Chase Jones. I'll get back to you with that one. Ball gets jarred free. Dixon runs on after it. Comes inside 50. Has a shot at goal as he kicked his 4th. No. He's got across the face. He didn't realise he got past his first bloke in Butts, who's limping away. He was going to have a bounce. He thought about it and thought about it again, and he chose to kick it.
Too much time to think.
Yeah.
Margin 1 point, Port's Way, Solihull scoreboard.
Well, if you did go the sub, you probably, I mean, Berry's only had the 5. That would probably be a big call if you inject Chase Jones in the midfield, but he's probably going to go back, so you would probably think maybe Miller might be the one.
So Miller has got the ball now, the half-back.
Would you float Walker?
Side.
Walker doesn't look right.
Yeah,
I know it's a total change to go small.
So, again, Dawson competing well. Going in at ground level, he's wrapped up in a good tackle by Ollie Wines. Brought to the floor for a stoppage, centre wing.
The challenge is, Trenters, is does Taylor Walker take a good defender, which allows the other guys just to come into the game. So I'd play him out of the goal square text. Just take him really deep and allow some space for him to work into rather than being really high. I think that traditional deep forward is not existent because they get up the ground to help defend.
Jarman's kitchen pounder right to Sam Daddo.
The Crows tactical sub Sam Berry off, Chase Jones on now.
There you go. Campo, you're a genius. You are
unbelievable.
Tim, you got a text message.
Yeah, that's what we like.
He's got great access thanks to Pure Tap.
You're the Ricky Ponting of calling. Ball comes out the near side. Hinge comes charging through to Rory Sloane. To Miller, tackled from behind. Gets his ball forward. Jonas couldn't get onto it. Gee, met his man heavily there in Gallant. Coming through. Oh, gee, that was brilliant. Was that Saligo in the end?
Jones.
No, it was Jones. He comes on. He's got the shoulder wrapped up. He hit Bonner. It's gone out of bounds on the half-forward flank. Feel the intensity he's lifting. It's not showing on the scoreboard, but it's tightening up a tad. It's Port Adelaide by a point. 11-5-71. Crows 11-4-70 Solihull scoreboard.
It is Wines tackled right at the stoppage by Rory.
Oh, you're kidding.
Got done for the sling tackle. He's just questioning it as Ollie gets up.
Serious? Oh, God. Is that where we're heading?
Well, he's lucky he sort of got his shoulder. I mean, I'm with you, Rowie. Like, it is difficult, but it's the adjudication now.
Oh, what a risky kick. It's Burne-Jones going into the middle of the ground. It was high risk at ground level there. Ollie Wines fighting, digs it out to
coming back.
It's coming back, though. It's going to be a free kick to the Crows. What was that?
To
for?
Rankin.
Lower leg
I didn't see
contact or
that.
trip.
Was it?
All right. So Rankin gets the free kick and comes out wide to Murray, centre wing member's side. And he has to push back. A lot of players behind, a lot of numbers behind the ball now. So he just lobs a high one towards half forward. Lots of players there. They punch it forward. Rochelle at ground level, looking dangerous. Can't quite pick this one up. Rankin got it. Chase Jones, his kick is cut off by Jonas, who's told that he has to play on. So that was a little harsh. And then the same thing with the Crows. It was touched. Yeah. Rochelle drives it long towards the square. Lear dropped what he should have taken. He goes back to earn it. He then handles it to the opposition.
Good night.
It's Walker on his left, swings it around, and Finlayson. Was it? No, Farrell right on the last line, punches it through for a behind. So scores a level again.
I tell you what,
7th time for RAA Insurance.
Riley Thilthorpe was very lucky there. He got a handful of, I think it was Tom Cleary, and just pulled him off the ball.
11-5, 71 apiece, deep into the third quarter. What a showdown. Cranking right up now. Farrell long to the outer side. The big men fly. Spall came forward. Saligo stayed down, speared the ball, and Taylor Walker's marked it in the old Eddie Betts pocket underneath the Cathedral scoreboard. He'll run around on his left. It's not beyond him, Campo. Just a drop punt.
He swings them left to right.
Why are they jeering him?
Because it's Taylor Walker.
Oh, well. I mean, honestly. I suppose you've got to have, what do you call it?
Villains?
A villain? He's not really a villain. Loveliest bloke God put on earth. All right, Texan, you want to shut up this crowd that are wearing that stripy type of jumper? This is the time to do it. He's kicked it out of bounds on the full, and bring on the cheers. And I'm cheering as well. Boo!
I did get a good look at the old Dave Vincent Caravan replay, boys. There was about 3 blokes with pints in their hands, phones, giving him a good old working over. Probably going live too.
Well, that summed up his day.
Yeah, true.
To Darcy Byrne-Jones in the back pocket. Brings it out wide. He's going to kick this out in the full.
Nah, he's not a good kick, is he?
He just shouldn't kick the ball at all.
Ever.
No,
Tim.
Ever.
It's pretty hard to play just handball.
Well, I've got Riley O'Brien in that category. You got him in the same category, have you? Ever.
Well, we've seen the last 2 kicks not come off. So Port Adelaide under the pump in their forward, in their back 50 now.
So we're bringing in a new rule, Timmy. You know, we got the sub, but we've also got a player who's only allowed to handball.
Correct.
Is the designated handballer?
Oh, no. Not yet.
Okay, well done, Timmy. 71 apiece.
Too bad.
They go down, they go up, fire, out of zone. Free kick, who to? Dawson,
because he was
Walker.
No, Taylor Walker in the ruck. Well, I'll need to see the Dave Benson Caravan's replay on that. Well, he's going to have another crack at this.
It's a bad mistake by Lysette, I think.
Well, if it was there, ruck infringements, it's a 50-50.
He was in front of him, and I think he tried to just remove him.
We'll wait for the Dave Benson Caravan's replay, but let's get in behind this. Scores are locked away. Taylor Walker, left-hand half-forward flank from 35 metres. He's missed it.
He's gone the left.
He's had a stinky. Well, they win by 1 point. Could be the point that wins it, Tim.
Well, you've got to get them to nail them, don't you? So, yeah, that's all right. 72 plays 71.
We're Port Adelaide 9-1.
Yeah.
Now they're 11-5.
Yeah.
9-3 at half time.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's a
great mark.
Great mark in the end, and it's Dawson.
Well, he kicked one from here in the first quarter.
Port's just got to absorb here. They've been pinned in big time.
Yeah.
Good leg.
Getting beat.
Now go back and kick it, Rochelle.
Rochelle going to have to kick from 55.
Oh, don't.
He's a powerful leg.
Well, this is an important couple of minutes. So we've got 2.5 minutes. So really, there's no real rush. I mean, for both teams, you're pretty happy to go in at three-quarter time and then reset.
Yep.
So Rochelle, will he guard the barrel? Never know. He's very confident. He runs out, kicks it hard, but I reckon he might have hooked this one.
God, he got plenty of it.
Yeah, he did. So the distance was not a problem.
Kick, isn't he?
He's put the Adelaide Crows 2 points in front. Solar Heart scoreboard 73 plays 71. We're going to try and get down to the boundary line for Jarmers.
Jordan Butts has been in the hands of trainers and doctors. Right ankle in real trouble. He's had some painkillers, been on the bike, been some jogging, not looking great.
No, that's not good with the forwards they've got down there. Long kick to the outer side. Big fly game by Michael, and he attacks the ball brilliantly. Phil Thorpe's dropped out of it, got it. Horn Francis got it. Ollie Wine's brilliant. To Bergman, long with his right leg. You heard trouble. It's a one-on-one.
He fell over.
Millerer, he fell over himself on Millerer. Gave away height and strength. Now to Murray. Murray comes out to Murphy. Murphy's got ball in hand. Crows lead by 2 points. Solar Heart scoreboard. Hinge squirts the ball to Rochelle. I've liked his quarter. He's been in everything.
It's at 8, Rowie.
Rochelle now goes, up the line. Tries to find Keys. Big fish from behind. Keys isn't happy. It's gone out of bounds. Boundary throw in. Centre wing grandstand side as the Texan comes off. Crows lead by 2 points. It was Port by 6 at quarter time. Scores locked away at half time. Now the Crows by 2.
Adelaide had 17 entries to 9 to the quarter.
Wow, that's a big quarter. So there they go. Now who's
3 for
holding
a hold.
who this time?
Lysette didn't even contest the ruck.
So Scotty Lysette gets the free kick this time. He ended up headbutting that one out of the ruck contest.
See, this is the one. Just kick it down the line. They don't need to do...
Nice.
He does that. It's Rosie. Takes the mark. Can just chip it over into the pocket. Orazio did not read that at all well. That was not well played. And allows the Crows to waltz out of defence.
She's got out of jail, Adelaide, there, didn't they?
Well, B. Smith, what was he thinking?
Smith had to either hold. He pressed too far and got overplayed, and then the target was just ever so long, the kick.
So only minutes remaining on the Albion Hotel clock. Bonner just panicked with that handball. Wasn't great. And a quick kick comes out.
If he gives that deliberate, that's a joke.
They will. It's because it's about something.
It's his last touch.
Describe it.
It's last touch.
Yeah, well,
that's what it is.
It's sort of like that. What's the breakdown on it, Warren Treadway? You know it.
What was that, Tim?
How do they describe it? It's a missed kick by Farrell. This has gone straight in the path of Pedler. He dodges one. This is going to be an easy goal.
Let him off.
Oh, he has let him off with a point. That was unbelievable mistake.
Well, Adelaide got let off. Port Adelaide got let off down here, and now this is what happens. Like, this is the pressure. Once again, this is where the good players. This is why they get paid the big bucks. The big guys. Like, just slow the game down here, guys. No one needs to score. You've got 27 seconds to go. Just go kick mark.
And we wonder where the intensity of the game was going to slide. Well, the sting's gone out of it. We're not up and back anymore. Now it's about acquisition of your skills.
And making good decisions under pressure. Well, the margin is 3 solitary points, 11-8 to 11-5, Solar Heart scoreboard. Winding down the clock now. Jonas has got it. Careful with his kick. Finds Connor Rosie. His inside 50 kicking hasn't been elite today. It's missed a few, which is unlike him. Goes to the outer side. There's the siren. It is three-quarter time. Oh, boy! 11-8, 74 Adelaide. Port Adelaide 11-5, 71. Margin 3. This is Fiveaa football for the Fleurieu Milk Company.
This quarter brought to you by Solar Heart, helping smart Australians save on their energy bills with solar since 1953. Get smart, get Solar Heart. This is Fiveaa football.
Fresh nuts, melt-in-your-mouth chocolates, and eye-popping Easter gifts. G'day, folks. I'm Brett Charlesworth, and there are 3 irresistible reasons to visit Charlesworth Nuts and make your family's Easter extra special. We have over 70 different hampers, bags and boxes for friends and loved ones, including some spectacular family gifts. Charlesworth gifts are stunning, they're delicious, and they're South Australian. You can't go wrong. Visit our 12 family-owned stores or shop online. Why Charlesworth? Because fresh nuts taste better.
Dreaming of leaving interest rates behind? The Hospital Research Foundation Home Lottery is giving one lucky winner a $3.5 million life in Henley Beach. It could be you. Don't put it off any longer. The final deadline is midnight Wednesday. You'll be joining the fight for cures and improved care in hospitals across South Australia. See full lottery details and get your tickets at homelottery.com.au. Licence M14311.
Seeing the world starts with Virgin Australia. Earn Velocity points when you fly to destinations around the world with Virgin Australia and our network of world-class airline partners, including Qatar Airways, United Airlines and Singapore Airlines. So book now at virginaustralia.com. Bring on the world and bring on wonderful. Velocity membership and airline T's and C's apply.
Tomorrow, I'm a Celebrity begins. You won't believe who's going into the jungle. I'm a Celebrity live from Africa. Starts 7:30 tomorrow on 10 and 10 Play.
1 day to go.
Every small business is on a journey, but some are on an obstacle course, jumping from invoicing to marketing to social media. That's why you need Thrive, the all-in-one management software built for small business. Search Thrive, THRYV today.
If you have an electrical or plumbing emergency, don't worry. REA Trade Assist can now help 24/7. REA Trade Assist will book you a trusted tradie to sort out your emergency so you can keep on moving on. T's and C's apply. Available from REA.
Freeway Kenmart has real deals on big vitamin brands like 50% off selected Blackmores, Swiss BioGland, Inner Health and Nurex professional vitamins. Get real deals every day at Terry White Kenmart. Dedicated to care. T's and C's apply. Sale ends April 18th.
Hi, Bronte Manuel from Toop and Toop. Now more than ever, you need an agent who's not just out for a quick sale. You need someone who can stand their ground to ensure you're maximising your home's potential. There's a good reason Toop and Toop is defying market trends and continuing to deliver premium outcomes for its clients. With a history spanning almost 40 years and a team of unrivaled experience, Toop and Toop knows what it takes to maximise your results in any selling conditions. Visit toop.com.au to find out more.
This quarter brought to you by Budget Car and Truck Rental. For utes, vans, trucks, trailers, buses and more. Call 13 27 27.
Charlie just been limping a bit. Will it hook his kick? No, it won't. It kicks it straight through the middle. Charlie gets his third.
Oh, good.
Ends up with Rochelle. Rochelle gets a kick away. Jonas and Lear. They're under the pump. They're outnumbered. Ground
good
level.
Night.
Saligo.
Good boy. Oh!
Goal.
This is 5AA football.
Certainly is for the Fiveaa Milk Company. We're sitting 11-5-71, Port Adelaide, their home game in that stripy jumper. Crows 11-8-74. Timmy, not my words, they were Nathan Bassett's. For all the stats that matter, let's go to Scotty Camporeale.
Yeah, well, Connor Rosie, he's been the one for Port Adelaide. He's had the 21 disposals with 1 goal, but in terms of the raw stats, Adelaide have been on top for particularly around the contested possession, so they've been able to get on top of that, which has been a real highlight for them, really. But the one stat for Adelaide that's I think is important is their uncontested mark. So there's 2 styles of play. So they're trying to own the ball and kick mark through Port Adelaide and see if they can get some territory and then go get it in there. I think what you'll see here from Port Adelaide is run and gun. You'll see them flick it from any opportunity. You'll see handball receives from marks, free kicks, and they'll play on, and they'll see if they can catch Adelaide out. Adelaide, from that perspective, need to make sure they hold their structure and don't get caught in, like we saw with Brodie Smith, over-committing, because as soon as you give Port Adelaide that extra number, that's going to be an issue. But all other stats are pretty even, guys, to be honest. I mean, 45 inside 50s to Adelaide to 38. Port Adelaide. Tackles 44 to 56 in favour of Port Adelaide, and the ground ball battle very even, 67 to 60. So the numbers are pretty even, hence why the game's in the balance.
Yeah, and showing some intent here. Dawson straight into the middle. Well, he's the skipper. Laird's been enormous. Rochelle in there as well. Saligo on this wing, and young Chase Jones on the other. Rory Sloane starting on the bench. So some real intent there.
Yep. Let's get to the boundary with Sam Dado for Pyjama's Kitchen.
Yeah, guys, Jordan Butt's headed down to the rooms at the end of the third there. He's just emerged starting on this quarter, but a heavily strapped right ankle.
Oh, goodness me, he's on Charlie Dixon.
That's a bit of Western Hospital injury report. We'll have to
well, what are the options from there?
Well, it actually look... I'm not sure. Is it an ankle set? It looks like he's got his calf, which essentially might be a corky.
He was holding his lower ankle, but the strappings of the lower calf to the ankle.
Yeah. Well, they're hard to run out if they're a calf. 11-8-74. Crows lead Port Adelaide 11-5-71. The Budget Car and Truck Rental scoreboard reads a 3-point lead. Here's Timmy G to take us into Showdown 53's last quarter. The crowd's going to roar. Ho-ho! Timmy, bring it home, son.
5AA football, thanks to the Fiveaa Milk Company, South Australian, and proud of it. We've got a cracking showdown for number 53 on our hands. Crows by 3 points. as the last quarter begins. Up they go high. It was O'Brien who won it, but it was Lysette that got it down to Rosie. Rosie quickly around the corner, kicks a high one to half forward. Tacking hard from the back was Hinge. Didn't quite get it. Chase Jones picked it up, snapped it around his body. Crows are in front. Quickly give up was Rankin. Well done, Dawson. Lovely little pass out wide. Just finds Keys. Keys then gives it off again. They're using him well. Good move going into the middle. Rochelle, he's in range. Plays on, goes around his body. You know he loves a kick goals. This one's not going to reach it. Cleary over the back. Loose ball. Oh, it's a fumble. It's Thilthorpe. Oh, no. Jones made a big mistake. Dropped the footy. Thilthorpe kicks his 4th goal and extends the Crows' lead to 9 points. Budget car truck rental scoreboard.
I tell you what though, Jordan Dawson, if you want to pay anyone, pay a guy who can actually kick the ball, and that kick inside 50, don't worry about around the ground. If the guy that can hit a target inside forward 50, he got 2 handball receives there and hit both targets, and he was able to hit Rochelle, but it was just a bad spill in the goal square.
It was, and Dawson started in the middle.
Yep.
Rochelle started in the middle, got on the end of that chain.
Yep.
I love Thilthorpe's butter up. I love men. I played with him. His name was Sean Wren. He was 202 centimetres, but played like a 5'9". Thilthorpe can. Below his knees is outstanding. He stayed in that contest, got the crumb, snapped the goal, gets his 4th. It's a Beechwood Homes goal of the day, and Timmy's getting a bit quiet. Margin now out to 9 points. Back in the middle we go. Plenty of footy left, Timmy. Riley O'Brien gets it out. Good work by Drew. Down to Connor Rosie. Kicked around his body because he was under pressure the outer side. Fantasia was there. Big fist by Duday. Sees it out of bounds on that outer side wing. 80 plays 71. Crows by 9. Budget car, truck and rental. Boy, oh boy, wowee, you need the next goal, Timmy. Well, get him up, son.
From an Adelaide perspective, we look behind the ball. Riley Thilthorpe's the deepest one. Why wouldn't you take Aaliyah out of the game now and take him deep? He's running hot. Aaliyah, and you said it, Treaders, you said he wouldn't be actually
like defending on the last
so
one.
Take him completely out of the game and put Riley where he wants to play.
Now,
he's called that deliberate as well.
And now they...
Do you know what? Just change the rule.
I think they call it lack of intent. Is that right?
Oh, goodness
Treaders?
me. What about lack of talent?
That can happen as well. So,
insufficient intent.
Dan Hughes
Insufficient.
kicks long up the back. Crows, well done. Rioli, front and centre. Got rock and rolled. Good tackle.
That's a rough tackle.
Well,
have the footy.
I think it was
Drew?
I think it was Drew that did it, and gives away a free kick. And
Chase Jones.
Chase Jones is going to be the recipient.
It was an Adelaide exposed concrete tough tackle, but it was a little bit too tough. A bit like Rory Sloane's on
vigorous
on Ollie. So here he goes, Chase Jones, the outer side. Crows by 9 points.
It out in the full.
He has kicked that out of bounds on the full.
Yep.
How can he kick that out of bounds on the full?
Insufficient intent.
Yeah.
Insufficient intent. Cleary's got it, out of sight. 80 plays, 71. Margin Nene, Pure Tap special comments. Campo and Gary, Warren Gary, I should say, comes up now to Aaliyah. Aaliyah now comes out laterally to Houston. Possession of the ball. Crows set up behind the ball. Well, he could have. Houston now comes out to Darcy Byrne-Jones. Crows probably saying he's the one we want to kick. And he's up on the wing. Pauses. Could go to Jones. Gnaws him. Now dumps it long. Big men will fly. Riley O'Brien's in the van. Big fist through the ball. Crumbing on the ground was Saligo. Oh, big tackle too by Fantasia. Another Adelaide exposed concrete tough tackle. It's gone out of bounds. There's a ball up 25 metres around from the left-hand post. Port going towards the Cathedral end. Crows to the riverbank end. They lead by 9.
They certainly do. And out of bounds they go. Travis Boak could not keep it in. Goes to the boundary up.
He's been quiet, Pokey. I don't know how they've used him today.
He's played that
dog's body role.
He's played forward and wing. And not much inside at all.
No.
Okay. Certainly not running hot for Zambrero. It's slapped down. Quick little kick around the corner for the Crows. It goes to the wing, and I think there might be a free kick played here. Yeah.
For Shepherd.
Oh, the other way round.
Jeez, I thought that was against Taylor.
I thought it was against him.
I thought Walker just jumped in.
He just did exactly that.
How many free kicks has Lysett given away today?
That one he couldn't help.
No.
Because he didn't do anything. Well done, Houston. Takes it over the boundary line. Centre wing in the interchange gates right in front of the Fiveaa commentary box for Flurio Milk Company.
Well, Bokey hasn't probably done enough for you. Ollie Wines hasn't done enough for you. A lot of your leaders haven't quite stood up yet, but plenty of time to do so. 9 points Budget car and truck rental. Plenty of time left in this game. We've only played 5 minutes. Sliced it, ran at the ball, got it forward. Boakes got it. Handball, that was holding the ball. And Lairds kicked it out of bounds on the fall.
That was all weird, wasn't it?
Actually, since half-time, the skill level has dropped dramatically. So, is that the pressure? Is that the heat? Is that the tension?
Is that the two teams? In the pocket he goes, looking for Charlie.
Did he even take the first touch on that?
I don't think he did, but he's claimed it. He now swings it around. It's not advantage side for Marshall, who's then having to go and lay a tackle on Michael Annie. Mitch Hinge got it up. I'll tell you what, there's a bit of panic here. And holding the ball is the decision.
He's in huge trouble.
Was it Sam or Drew? Might be Willem Drew.
Drew gets it. Right.
So Willem, this time he did the tackle legally, not illegally. And he's dead in front, and he gets a chance to...
Big kick.
It's a big kick because they're 9 points down, and he is dead in front.
Not a noted goal kicker,
out.
Timmy?
No, not a noted goal kicker. But a field kicker, pretty good.
Well, he's kicked 10 for his career.
Yeah, so in he comes. Willem Drew.
That's
kicks
11.
Through the line of the ball. No, he missed.
No.
He missed.
Oh, no.
He tried to
and
miss
that could be very costly.
Oh, no.
And the budget car truck rental scoreboard sees Port Adelaide down by 8 points.
We've got two
streakers.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Peanuts on the ground.
It's all right, it'll cost them about
well,
five grand when they're caught.
Well, they're not streakers. They're fully dressed. They're running from one end of the oval
probably
to the
about
other.
14 or 15.
Well, that's 5 grand.
I hope their
The
parents
security
are
guards
rich.
are going to try and get them. So they're circling back into the middle of the ground. Oh, they've peeled off. One of them's been tackled. The other kid's still alive. He's on the outer side wing. Oh, and he's laid down. Well, good on you.
Idiots.
D-head, knob nut, 5 grand straight in the tin tank. And you know what? They might even take their membership away. I'll tell you something. They probably don't have memberships.
No, that's right.
Anyway. Now, they're really momentum breakers, aren't they? So Camper, from a coach's perspective, what do you hope the leaders are doing now?
Well, they've just got to get around to it and say, let's just get ready for the next play. That's all you can do. You can't actually do a lot, structurally or whatever, but it does upset, I guess, the momentum of the game. But I guess from a Port perspective, you actually get to, right, let's just make sure we lock this in. Yeah. No easy outs from here.
On the back of Drew missing a dead set gimme in front of goal. He's cut the margin to 8. Budget car and truck rental. Budget call 13, 27, 27. Jeers from the crowd. I don't know whether they were cheering for those two idiot Port people or they were jeering them.
Jeer.
Because what happens from now on in the next 20 minutes could go down to those two. Crows can get a foot on. B. Smith up the line, down the line. Good little clever tap on Farrell to Horn Francis. That is elite. Port supporters, get yourselves used to that. Beautiful tap. Horn Francis lowers the eyes. Orazio Fantasia's marked it. Will kick it from 50 over the mark directly in front. And if you can put this through, it'll somehow make the Drew one go away and the margin will be cut to 2. So he was the, what do they call it, tactical sump?
Tactical sump.
He's got the skinniest legs I've ever seen. He should be a stalk. Kicks it from 50. Cathedral end. Orazio! Yes, he's done it! Game on, Timmy! Cheer up, son! Margin 2. Orazio's got it. I saw Junior kiss him on the neck. Enough of that. 12-6, 12-8, margin 2, budget car and truck rental.
Well, we haven't seen it much, have we, Campo? The real lower on the eyes in this second half of footy.
Elite.
And Port Adelaide's win the contest from the long kick-in from full back from Brodie Smith to the point of the square. It was Horn Francis who lowered his eyes. It was a beautiful kick and beautiful finish.
How much does he remind you of Nathan Buckley? He's
like he's plucked from the 80s.
Even the way he walks, that strut, and the way he powers away for the ball, and his kicking is just elite.
And he's 19.
Black boots, black boots,
scary.
Black boots, blonde mullet. Wrong generation.
He's a yappy. We won't do the FIG jam, will we?
No.
So 2-point margin
That'd be
in
really
favour of
rude.
the Adelaide Crows. Budget car truck rental
Didn't hurt the other
scoreboard.
bloke who got called that, though.
No!
Finlayson stayed down. He stole it. He gave it off to Boak. Boak now hooks around his body. Charlie being held onto. Nearly got it. Sam Powell-Pepper front and centre. Gave it off. They're hot. They get the ball out. Bergman cuts back inside. His kick was smothered. That was good work. Quick Kick by Miller out towards half-back. There's Horn Francis again looking for Jones. He's fumbled a bit today. Stepping inside Boakey, then pokes it into the pocket up high. Who took the mark? Pepper. No.
Play on,
the umpire said. On his left. Can he kick a goal? No way! He puts Port Adelaide in front. He's been the man since the first bounce. Sam Pepper kicks his third. Port hit the front. 13,684, 12,880. Budget car truck rental scoreboard. Call 132727.
Well, maybe did Kenny organise those two guys to run on the ground? Because since then they've kicked two.
They didn't look like my kids, so that's good. Big for him.
Hey, let's talk about this lad, Sam Pepper.
Mate, he's been phenomenal.
From the first bounce till now, been your best player, kept you in it.
Well, he's been probably arguably their best player for 2 years, to be honest. I thought he was outstanding last year. His influence and what he does is he actually terrorises you, and he actually puts perceived pressure on, which not many guys in the AFL can do. Oh, I tell you what, you would not. If you were in that back half for Adelaide and you knew he was coming at you, you're twitching.
13-6 to 12-8, margin 4. Here we go, back in the middle. What do we play? 12 minutes on the Albion Hotel clock. The chant goes up. The Port chant goes up. Riley O'Brien wins it down. Here comes Sloan. He got put into the middle of the ground. Dawson got overcooked. O'Brien gets it out. There's a free kick for Old the man. Gee, I didn't see that.
No.
Poor decision, but Dawson, the skipper's got it. He's inserting himself into the game as he did this time last year. Goes long, has a bounce, inside 50. Up they go. Thilthorpe's in front. Ball out the back. Gallant overcooked it. Big tackle by Gallant in the end, and the umpire says we'll ball that up 30 metres out from the Crows' goal. They trail now by 4 points.
6 inside 50s to 2 for the turn Port's way. RA Insurance stats.
O'Brien took it out of the ruck contest, then somehow he almost volleyballed it, tapped it to a teammate. Gone holding the ball there. Willem Drew doing some really good work in close. Adelaide exposed concrete, tough tackler, best on ground all year round. He's going to Birdman though. He must have been right there with him. His short kick out wide. Finds Lockie Jones. Lockie Jones, a little chip. Oh, didn't reach the target. And
Rankin's
Farrell
grabbing a
took it
right
over the
ankle,
boundary
Timmy.
line. Is he?
He was the one at the bottom of that tackle.
Okay.
Yeah, he got twisted a bit. Margin 4 points.
Right.
Crows need the next goal. Boundary throw-in inside there. Forward half, just outside 50. So again, Finlayson's doing the ruck with Riley O'Brien. O'Brien gets it down. Murphy's there. He had to kick it.
He did.
They said play on now. It's holding the ball. I agree with that. He drew the head high, and they don't like it when you do that. So good work there by Butters. Chips the ball short to Darcy Byrne-Jones.
My first look, I thought it was high. I don't reckon he darked.
Oh, okay. Well, he did draw the free, and I think when they shrugged the shoulders and draw the free kick back,
probably the evener upper for this time last year.
Yep, fair call. Ball goes up. You've got a long memory. G. Dixon flew. Ball to the ground. Riley O'Brien got a crumb. Handballed it to Rory Sloan, who got it on the outside. Good little handball back by Jones. Now to Hinge. Hinge on his left leg. Crows need the next one. Big fly, Thilthorpe. Good work there by Aliir. Ball jars in the middle. Gee, can't run, Rankin. Cannot run. Jars out free. Going to ratio to Jones. Jones on his left leg. Inside 50. It's Marshall. It's Marshall. Marshall tried to beat about 3 of them. Gee, in comes Pepper. He mucked up the work. Murray gets to the near side, and Jonas won a one-on-one. Gave it back to Jones. Jones can find a target. Bang! He dropped it. Junior Rioli. It hit him right between the lamb chops. Mike Lenny kicks it up onto the wing.
You've never seen anything like it. Cleary being held on to. Umpire didn't see that. He's then been pushed in the back. Umpire didn't see that. Rankin gets the ball out to Gallant. I tell you what, this is unbelievable. He kicks it deep. This is dangerous. One-on-one. It's too good. Lockie Murphy on Byrne-Jones. Oh dear, that was horrible.
Got to take your chances.
Murphy missed one from here in the second quarter, didn't he? Needs to kick this.
You got to take that mark if you're Rioli. There's no one on you. He just took his eyes off the footy, and that's how quick you can transition to the other end of the ground.
It was a tragic dropping of the ball, and it's ended up with Murphy dead in front. 35 out. This looks good.
Good boy.
It looks good. He's kicked it. He puts the Crows back in front. The seesaw continues. 13-8-86. Port Adelaide 13-6, 84. 2-point margin. Budget car truck rental scoreboard.
We've had lead changes, scores.
11 minutes to go. I mean, the game's still well and truly in the balance. I mean, it's just been goal for goal. But once again, critical errors, fundamental errors, like drop marks, poor decision making. I mean, you can't script that stuff.
So what could either coach do from here? It's now up to the players, isn't it? You've been trained, you've coached, it's on the line, make a good decision and just play to structure.
No, you can't change too much. But what you can do, particularly the midfield group, you've got to keep that midfield battle. You've got to keep that fresh through there to keep that run and that heat around that ground ball scramble.
Lost. Thanks to Zambrero, everyone's running hot, especially a commentary position. Terrible bounce. Umpire said play on. O'Brien won it, couldn't quite get it led. It jars free forward to centre. Gee, well done there by Smith. Gave it to Miller. Needs to get rid of it. He was almost tackled by Finlayson from behind. It's gone out of bounds. Umpire says it was pressured. So it'll be a throw-in on that outer side wing. Crows lead 13-8-86. Port Adelaide 13-6-84. Is it next goal win or first to 100 wins?
Oh, probably first to 100 wins.
Yeah, I think it will be that.
So Lysette in front. He's trying to tap it forward. It's all Crows. They slap it forward. O'Brien just smashed it, kicked it mid-air, off the floor. This is a great piece of play. Keep your feet. Nobody did. They all fell over. Galan and Aaliyah. And then got out. Boone Jones there laying a tackle. Loose ball. Walker can't get a kick. Not looking here. That's on the ball, I think, up.
He's called play on.
He's called play on.
He's still called play on.
Well, this is why we have 4 umpires.
That's terrible.
Because they're right there at the action.
You can't take on a tackler and drop him.
He dropped
Unbelievable.
the ball, the seed, the cotton, the cherry at the Riverbank stand in, but there's a boundary throw in. Taylor Walker will do the ruck work. He's brilliant at this. Crows by 2 points. Lysett, Walker, Lysett. Walker's won it. Gets back after it. Gets it out. Let go! That is superb, Adelaide! Taylor Walker's 3 efforts with a bung groin. Land gets the goal and the Crows are out by 8. 8 points to the budget car and truck rental scoreboard. Has to be a Beach Rideau goal of the day.
Well, that's poor structurally from mine. So Port Adelaide, what they do, they push their winger through onto the opposite side. So what you're doing, you're allowing the channel between the ruck contest and the goal. And that's exactly where Rory Laird and Adelaide pushed the ball through. And then once Rory Laird got goal side of Connor Rosie,
good luck.
It was like ridiculous. I don't understand that. At D50 stoppages, your number one priority is not get scored against.
Yep.
And they just opened up the front.
And you don't let them through, do you?
He does that well, Tex.
He used his body to scramble and keep it alive.
Yep.
But it takes you back to a couple of moments ago, 5 minutes ago, when Port had all the ascendancy inside their forward half. Pau Pepperidge has finished truly and Rioli drops a sitter. You've got to take your chance. Adelaide have kicked 3 straight from only 4 entries this term.
Off the away football thanks to the Flurio Milk Company. O'Brien again, lifting. Sloan clears it out the middle. Cleary under the pump. Ball hits the ground. I think that's Farrell under the pump at ground level. He can't get it out either. Adelaide, probably last 3 centre clearances.
Yeah, they have. It was 3-6 Port's way. Now it's 6-all for RA Insurance Stats. So Adelaide got all the running now.
Lysett dropped it down to Cleary. Cleary just banged it on his boot. A one-on-one. Brody Smith too good.
Horn somehow get that to ground if you're Horn Francis.
Yeah, Horn Francis frustrated, but he was beaten by a more experienced player. He just lobs one into the pocket. It's a good kick, is it? No, just got some hands to it. Bonner's tackled twice. Can't get rid of it. Any pride? No. So 8-point margin budget car truck rental scoreboard, and it is, well, 10 minutes exactly left on the Albion Hotel clock.
Well, the most nervous bloke in the room right now would be Ken Hinkley, I reckon. There's a ruck knock. It's gone out of bounds by Lysett. 45 metres around from that right-hand post.
Well, Adelaide have got to pin him in here. They've got Hinge, who's the extra behind the ball. So repeat stoppage. Once again, you can see here, guys.
Build the pressure.
The front of the stoppage is wide open.
Okay, the Pure Tap Campo. Here they go. Walker again, got the ball forward. Gee, Rosie didn't go out at that time. Slapped on there by Bonnet. Comes back out again to Ollie Wines. He's lifted. Crows by 8 points. Plenty of time left in this game. Dixon's there. He slapped it forward. Fantasia slotted it forward.
Dear.
Well, lots of fortune because it landed in the hands of Hinge, but they were set up beautifully behind the ball, Campo.
Yep, they did it well.
Hinge has got it. Pressure was great. They got all the answers at the moment. Goes out towards Michael and he'll run at the cot. He does. Gets it now. Handballs over to Jones, who spread brilliantly for it. Keys now, ball in hand, squirts the ball forward. Rory Sloane's marked on the outside wing. He should have swung around then. Riley O'Brien was free. Goes out to Rochelle. Loved his game since half-time.
Port had to be better on the shutdown then. That Sloane kick, it shouldn't have happened.
92-84. Treaders there for Puritap. Rochelle now inside 50. Crows on top at the moment. Aaliyah flew. He had to get boot the ball. He couldn't quite get it. Charging through again. I reckon that was Rosie. Tackle from behind by Miller, and there'll be a ball up just inside 50 for Adelaide. They lead by 8 points.
That they do. It's in their forward 50 again. They're slapping it forward. Might have taken him wide. If the umpire saw that one.
Oh, no.
Not there.
Well, that's on the full, isn't it?
It's kicked out of bounds on the full, has he?
What a drop kick then.
Drop kicked it. Umpire said, well, there's a bit of push and shove going on. And it's Houston and Rankin involved in that. It's thrown in. They get on. Walker's just taken the ball out of the air. He's had a snap at goal, but Aaliyah's on the goal line. Takes the mark. They should give it off.
And 50 for overplaying the mark.
Okay.
Aaliyah talked him into it.
This could be a interesting piece of play. With
Port's got a score here.
8.5 left on the clock.
Got everything against him at the moment.
Yeah, I agree. So Bergman takes the footy, puts it out in the path.
Lucky.
Ball's beat him. He's got to make the 50-50. Brody Smith.
Big ball!
Big ball to win. He took it and ran. He beat Boat to the 50-50. That wasn't a great look for mine. And Lear back here takes a mark. Another thrust needed by Port Adelaide.
They can't run, Timmy. They're out on their feet, the Port boys.
I reckon they are.
Yeah.
So it goes really short to Houston.
No movement from their midfield at all. They're just kicking a contest.
Oh, it's a big high kick. That's a terrible kick. Underneath this, Bokey fumbling. Can't pick it up below his knees. They've done a bit of that, Port Adelaide. And ball goes out of side wing, it'll be thrown in.
Well, they're getting outnumbered, you're right, Campo. There was 5 on 3 there, there was 3 on 2 there. The third man in's being the Crows. They're up on their feet, 22 minutes gone. Crows lead by 8 points.
Still 8
Port
minutes to
Adelaide
go.
need the next goal. You're right, plenty of football left in this game. Lysette and O'Brien gets it out to Houston. He handballs forward. Here's Rosie, he's one of the boys you need the ball in the hand of. Shallow inside 50, out the back was Horn Francis, gave away a free kick. Michael Annie in the back, and that's what happens when you play in front. The young fella in his third game's got the ball, 50,000 here at Adelaide Oval, and the lad's got ball in hand. Crows by 8.
So kicks a high ball towards the wing, and that's an early jump. I'm not sure if he can do that, but anyway, O'Brien pokes it over the top. Sloane going with a deep kick, and Lear's lost his man. Ball's hit the deck, I reckon. Umpire's paid anything. Has he? No.
Well, the umpire was going to pay it.
He was.
He thought he caught it with his feet on the way down. We'll get a look at the Dave Benson Caravan replay.
Yeah, let's have a look.
That is stiff.
And
came off Lear's leg.
Came off his leg.
So, fair enough. Not sure he knew that, though. Anyway, kicked up. Was that Rankin? He's had a snap at goal.
Oh,
he's kicked the miracle goal.
You star!
I think he's just sealed it with the Beechwood Homes goal of the night.
It's his third.
And it's his third goal. And it was just about the nail in the coffin. 98 plays, 84 on the budget car truck rental scoreboard.
How quick did he get boot the ball there? Yeah. He's a genius like
There's only about 4 blokes on this field that can do that. Look at it. Dave Benson Caravan replay. Tex overruns it. He picks it up, flicks it over his shoulder. That's freak. He's a freak. That's why they're paying him, because he can do that.
Well, the margin's out to 14. Centre square becomes very important. Leaders become very important, and a midfield to keep the pressure on us. So they've got to attack here, Port Adelaide, as the crowd comes up to 48,962.
Last 3 to Adelaide, Rowie.
Margin 14. Good work by Riley O'Brien. Gets it forward. Coming out is Horn Francis. Couldn't quite get it. Laird did. Gave it to Sloane. Had a good last 5 minutes to the leader. Ball squirts out to the outer side. Murphy running onto it. He can get it forward to Rochelle if he can. Chips the ball forward. Raitken couldn't get it. Laird did. He gets beat the ball to the outer side. Crows are all over him at the moment. That's Rosie. A great mark by Rosie. Give that him again, real estate mark of the day, Timmy.
Absolutely, as he quickly plays it on. It's not a great kick, though. Turns it over. Chase Jones with the footy. Crows in control again. They kick it up towards half-back. Oh, Jonas in front. Did he get paid that mark? No. It's a loose one. It goes to Sloane. Sloane into the pocket. Philthorpe diving.
Oh, he's going to get 5.
It's a great lead, and it's an even better kick.
Oh, this
because when
is awful.
Sloane looks up, all he can see is space. And the Port Adelaide defender, I think it may even be Jonas, up Philthorpe's hammer. So he kicks it just to his right so he can fall into an uncontested mark. It was a beautiful play.
You're going to kick his 5th here, Timmy. Call it strongly, and it's game over for Port because the margin will be 20. And will the Dogs be barking? That's going to be the topic. Roof!
Kick 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the last, 2 in the last. Philthorpe kicks his 5th as per the script, and they're going to take Showdown 53 with that. 16-8-104. 13-6-84. It's a 20-point margin. Bucket car truck rental score.
You can cut the tension in the Fiveaa commentary box. How's the black and white strip going now?
Well, it doesn't really matter. They've been out, but they've been beaten. This bloke's been a star. He's had 11 disposals, Philthorpe. He's taken 8 of those contested. He's only taken 3 marks, so he's done it the hard way. He's kicked 5 straight.
There you go.
We'll never see him ever even think about playing Sandford, even if he comes back from 5 knee reconstructions in a row. He's a star. He should be playing at this level all the time.
Well said, Trez. Missed round 1. Sub-round 2.
And good on him. He's got an opportunity, and he's grabbed hold of it with both hands, feet, every part of his body.
Swallowed some angry pills. He's gone, go get stuffed. 104-84, margin 20. Budget car and truck Reynolds. Getting ugly for Port now because Crows are really going hard. Ball jars free. Ollie Wines, terrific. Good work there by Scholl. Steps around a couple, goes with his left leg inside 50. Elias in front. Philthorpe with 5. Good work by Jones over the top of it. Gee, you're almost there by Rankin. Out comes Farrell, goes long with his left leg. Crows by 20 up on the half-forward flank.
Hinge collects it. Breaks the tackle to Laird. Laird, an undergrounder, just reached Scholl. Scholl handball over the top to Pedler. Pedler, another short one to Murphy.
They're out on their feet, Paul.
Yep.
Murphy looks inside. He hasn't got a lot there. So he's just going to kick it high into the pocket. Pack of players slapped down over the top of Pedler's head, and then Jones taken down by Rankin.
Great tackle.
And it's a ball up inside 50 for the Adelaide Crows. They lead by 20 points.
How's the young lads?
53.
Philthorpe 5, Pedler 3, Rankin 3. There you go. No Walker, no Fogg, no seniors. It's all been the lads today, and that's the future. 16-8-104, 13-6-84. Get on the blower, Port supporters. They're starting to leave. 822-300-00. Port fans are streaming out of this Western stand. They've lost Showdown 53. Ball now into the pocket. Crows just wanted it more. Simple as that. What was it at three-quarter time? A 3-point margin. Had no right to win this game, Adelaide, on paper. On paper means bugger all. You wipe your arse with that. Ball to the outer side. Bergman's got it. Campo, this is what I'm like. I get loose when the Crows win showdowns. I made a comment they'd win both of them, and someone said, oh, they're money on that. Get stuffed. Well, they're going to win this one.
I've still got money on it, haven't I?
Rochelle's got a full body. He can't get off the ground, the poor kid.
Plus 12 contested ball this term, Adelaide.
There you go. That's where the game's won, with contested ball. What have we got? 3 minutes of play left.
5 straight from 12 inside 50s.
Well, this is ugly for Ken Inkley. Really ugly. There's the talking topic. Jones will have a shot at goal. Going towards the Riverbank stand end. Port fans are leaving, as they should. Jones!
Put it down.
The Jones boy does the double cobra. He was the sub, and he's put the nail in Ken's coffin. Margin 26, budget car and truck rental. Say something, Timmy.
Dude!
Do something, Timmy.
I'm not special comments.
Well, your point's valid, Trent. Once again, the issue has been contested possession. Adelaide, as much as Port had a little bit of ascendancy early, it was really since the Rioli drop, because they kicked the 2 goals, Port Adelaide, in that little break when we had that little stop in play. And then from there, it's really been all Adelaide. They've won centre bounce, they've got field position, and they've looked like they've been able to run and cover the ground better than what Port Adelaide have.
But before that, Campo, it was all Port, and they looked like they were on running. Now that Port have conceded 5 in a row, Crows have been too good, and they haven't had an answer to slow it down.
I'll just use one word. Want.
Want, momentum, and execution. 5-zip. 6-zip this term, should I say.
Finlayson tried to get it to Horn Francis, couldn't do so. Wines just slapped it on his boot towards half forward.
Look at this lad.
Went straight
Need about
through.
14 of him.
Turns around and then finds a target out wide in Bergman. Bergman takes off. He's 55 out. He kicks it long towards goal and touched on the line. Makes the margin 25 points. 85 plays 110.
Well, it was a 3-point margin at three-quarter time. What was said at three-quarter time, God only knows. That's going to be the question. 822-300-00. Get on the blower. We'll take your calls immediately after the game. 85 to 110, margin 25. 2 minutes of play left in this showdown, 53. Farrell now goes long inside 50. Playing in front was Murray. He had a windy. Out the back was Marshall. He's done stuff all. Murray was outstanding. Gave it out. Junior Rioli gives it off to, I reckon that's Connor Rose. He ran around like circles. Gave the ball back to Boat. Boat can't get the ball. Crows' pressure's been outstanding. There's a ball up 30 out directly in front. You can hear the murmurs of the crowd, and I can just about tell you what they're saying.
Well,
get rid of Ted! You can hear him, Scotty.
Yeah, well, it's going to be tough to, I guess, argue against that now, isn't it, really?
Kick by Drew, landed onto the chest of Travis Boak, and he's dead in front, 15 metres out.
Well, they've had 12 inside 50s, Adelaide, for 6 goals, and they've kicked 4 off turnover. So, once again, that goes against Adelaide, you know, in terms of how their scoring chart's been. But Port Adelaide just haven't had the answer once the ball's got outside the contest.
Travis Boak approaches goal, kicks, and I reckon he missed there. And he was always going to miss. That's why I said he was 15 metres out. He's not a good set shot. So 13-8, 86 to 17-8, 110. It's a 4-goal ball game. 24 points, Adelaide Crows.
Yeah, Ken just looks bewildered in the box. Long kick this near side. Been everywhere, Dawson. Big fly, Jonas. Didn't do enough. The skipper goes forward. Coming through his keys. Rosie's tried hard. Handball out of the pack there by Hinge. Gave it off to, well, that's Gallant. He's sidestepping a couple. Kicks the ball forward. Thilthorpe's kicked 5. He's given our Lira. You know what? Gets the ball. Tackled to the ground. No free kick. Ball up between half forward and wing.
Campo, when Fogarty comes back, does Tex make way? Look, I know that sounds unbelievable, but
not sure.
It's going to be a tough call.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you'd still think that Tex is probably ahead of Gallant if you were, in this at the moment.
You're top heavy though, aren't you?
You are.
So what's happened to Lyson? Have they pulled the pin on him? Is he blowing up? I haven't seen him the last 10. Finlayson's been in ruck.
He's been in ruck this term.
Okay, so Gallant's got the ball. We are right behind him, going towards the Riverbank stand end. The Crows lead by 24. The clock is ticking. 1 minute of play left, and he's going to have a flying shot at goal. Gee, ugly if it got out to 30. Have you say, Port supporters, when you're in the car, the cab, the train, the taxi, because most of you have left. Gallant goes long with the ball, and he's kicked it to the near side, and it's through for a point, and the margin's 25 points. Bring it home, Timmy. Showdown 53 is Adelaide's. Bring it home, young fella! Please!
Port Adelaide bring the ball back into play towards the centre wing. Trapped. Well, Keys inside out. Murray goes back. Keys. High handball. Jones has to back. He didn't do it well at all. Saligo kicks it inside. 15 finds a target in Rankin.
Well, this is appropriate because he's going to kick his 4th on the siren.
It's a small thing, but he had to take it then and take the tackle.
So Rankin going back. Siren sounds as he gets set.
It's a great win.
For his fourth. As he makes his way back. Kick 2 in the first, 1 in the last. This could be 2 in the last. It's elementary. 25-point margin. What will it extend to with this kick from Rankin? It comes back through the goals. And he makes it 31-point winners. The Adelaide Crows take out Showdown 53.
South Australia, and we're known as the Adelaide Crows. We're courageous, strong and faster, and respected by our foes. Admiration of the nation, our determination shows. We're the pride of South Australia, we're the mighty Adelaide Crows.
Well, run-out winners 18-9, 117 to 13-8, 86, 31 points. It's a long way back from here for Port Adelaide. More so, Ken. Lines available, 8223 0000. We'll take them immediately. Phil Thorpe with 5. Rankin with 4. Pedler with 3. Singles to Jones, Murphy, Saligo and Laird for Port Adelaide. Power Pepper, well, I'd give him the medal. It was outstanding from the first bounce to the last. I think that's the problem with Port. There's too many blokes that want to take it easy. Power Pepper does it the hard way. They get in behind him, they'll win more games. So a margin of 31. Lines available. Buy Urban Bathrooms and Kitchens, your home renovation experts. buyurban.com.au. Let's go straight to the blower. Port fans have all left. How are you going, Antonio? Well, he's gone. Let's go to Seaton. Phil.
Yeah, hey boys, how are you?
Well, bloody good, mate. The Crows thumped Port by 31, eh?
Well, I'm a Port Power supporter, mate. I tipped the Crows. I mean, Ken Hinkley got absolutely a coaching lesson by Craig last week. We just saw today, made a big deal about the prison bars, but coaching and playing footy, mate, they've just forgotten how to do it. And I honestly think, mate, the club, the people, 40, 50,000 people get up, they go to that game, and what do we deliver?
Well,
hard to disagree.
Yeah, but but hang on. Other than the last quarter, you're in the game all the way through. The last quarter would need a lot of explaining. I can't wait to hear Ken's press conference, and sadly, it's going to be about Ken.
Yeah,
the blowtorch.
It's a performance-based industry.
It's exactly right. That's exactly right.
He's been at the same club for 10 years, into his 11th.
Okay, Marco.
And rightly or wrongly, fans are annoyed. And if we come into this game, the expectation for Port Adelaide would be higher than Adelaide, but Adelaide's taught them a lesson in this last term.
Well, I've run about 2 cases of roasted wines with all the Port people that thought they'd smoke us. Hello, Marco.
Hello, boys. Oh, what a win. Great call, boys. Great call. Oh, please, you know what's going to happen all week, Rowie, don't you? They're going to all blame Kenny's fault. Now, it's all Kenny's fault.
Yep.
Nothing to do with Kenny. It's his fault. Half his team are crap. Great win, Crows. Have a good night, boys.
Yeah, they got to enjoy it. The Crows was outstanding. Phil Thorpe, take a bow. Keep the calls coming in. 8223 0000. We've got Toby on the line. Toby.
Yeah, you can go and get a meat pie with sauce now. You've said your piece, and winners are grinners, and all the best to you. Shredders and Timmy, real Port people. We've got the wrong people at the top. I've never once come out against Ken and the rest, but Ken and Nathan Bassett, you can go and get your retirement fund. You're done. We need a complete change-up. Obviously, we're just going to venture through the rest of this season and be fighting for a draft pick. Say what you want, everyone.
Thanks, Toby. Just the announcement. Looks like Dawson won the Showdown medal. Timmy?
He has.
Did anyone here vote on it?
Collect it?
Oh, was it you? What were your votes?
I went Rosie 3. I thought he was outstanding,
Yeah,
Rosie.
he was.
I gave Dawson 2 and I gave Riley O'Brien the 1.
Yeah.
It's tough for the 1. Could have been Power Pepper.
To our boys.
Let's go down
It's been a tough
to
start
Dawes.
to the year, and it's good to get the first win on the board. it's always a great game against Port. We have the most respect for them, and thanks for Variety for putting on a great event again. Well done to our boys.
Well done, Jordan, because this week in the captain's presser, he put it on the leaders. He put it on himself, and he's won the Showdown medal, which is absolutely outstanding. Keep the calls coming in. It is after the game, thanks to By Urban Bathrooms and Kitchens. Crows by 31 points. They kicked 18-9, 1-1-7. Hello, Mark.
Good to hear your voice again, Rowie. I've missed you, mate. But,
well, it's not about me. It's about what just happened in Showdown 53, Mark, and your team won, and Port in the second half. Well, last quarter were pathetic.
Two things I want to say, right? Young Murphy, that is the best game that lad's ever played for the football club. Every time I listen to the call, he seems to be in everything. I'm not watching it, so I don't really know, but can only go over what I hear. He to me sounded like the bloke that set the standard, and then obviously, Philthorpe kicking 4 or 5 goals or whatever, and all the rest of it. But what a great night, what a great win. Love to hear your voice again, Rolly. Enjoy your night, mate.
Good on you, Mark. Treaders, what would Ken say in the room now? The boys are going down the race. Keep your calls coming in, by the way. Will he address them now? Will he just go in the coach's room? Will he bury himself away? Campo, you can get involved. What now happens in that Port room after losing that last quarter like that?
I don't think there's anything he can say right now that's going to make them feel any better. I'm not sure he's necessarily got the answers because they hit a wall when they fell over. So I think realistically you got to absorb the heat, you got to absorb what's going to come, you got to embrace it, and then you got to move forward somehow. So, yeah. What was it? Is there going to be much to be said? I think when you lose a showdown, you know enough. So I'm not sure many words, Kemper.
Well, it's an interesting one because the situation that Ken's in, he can go in there, he can lose the plot, which is probably not going to help. The players are disappointed enough. So rant and raving is not going to cause it. They just got beaten by a team today that wanted the ball inside the contest and the outside of the contest, and it showed in the last quarter. Adelaide kicked the last 6 goals.
Yeah.
And they were in front.
Someone turned their toes up.
Yeah. Well, you can't argue against that, to be honest.
Well, there's no other word for it. What would you call it, Tim?
Oh, they're just beat.
Did they turn their toes up?
I wouldn't say turn their toes up. I think they were just beaten. And we talked about it all week. We weren't confident at all about this game. You were saying, you should be. Well, that just proves that our point was right. That they haven't played well, really.
And they haven't played consistent brand of footy for a few years, and they've always struggled when there's expectations.
We've seen where Brisbane are away from home. So, yeah, look, I'm not surprised that this result's happened.
And for me, it's a weight of numbers. And you guys have all played at high level. When you go in there, if you actually went up to the magnet board and you said, right, who actually won their position tonight, as basic as that, and you went in there and said,
good starting point,
and you sit there and go, if you don't have, and we did this at Adelaide, in our in 2017, and that was a lot around selection as well. Who actually did, you turn the magnet up, and it was a weight of numbers thing. We used to write it on the magnet board around, if we can get 15. You're not going to get 22 because that's impossible. But if we had 15 on there, we were going to win the game of footy. And if you fluctuated between 10 and 15, then the game was in the balance. Tonight, you'd probably say maybe Power Pepper, Rosie, who else was there? Probably we're scratching our heads.
Yeah, I've got 2 written down on my best player sheet for Port, and I'm not sure who else.
And you're sitting there going, so whereas Adelaide, you sit there and you go, well, Philthorpe was outstanding. Rankin kicked 4. Rochelle did his bit.
Pedler won his job.
O'Brien smashed the ruck.
O'Brien was outstanding. I thought
Sloan
that was his best game for a while. So once again, they didn't have 30 possessions, but they did their bit, in critical times, and that's what you need.
31 points winners, the Crows. 18-9, 117, 13-8, 86. Kicked the last 6 goals of the game. Sums it up. Hello, Pat.
Oh, g'day, mate. How are you?
We're all yours.
Mate, a couple of years ago, I rang Treaders up and up the Bulldogs final, and I said, Hinkley's the gift that keeps giving. Mate, I'm a Crows supporter. I reckon Port have a squad that's top 4, and I honestly believe tonight our kids showed me we have promise, but as long as they have that dud up top, they've got no hope.
Yeah, I have my thoughts on the Ken situation. I think Port needs a fresh start. But whether that comes before a mid-season break or if the board absorbs the pressure of this week or what, I think Ken knows he's not delusional to think that, after 10 years and not a premiership or a grand final, you're going to find that. And clearly they've fallen off the last 2 years. I know we're only, 1 win and 2 losses inside 3 rounds, but the magnitude of this loss, particularly the night for the fans, the old jumper against the arch rival who, Port, $1.35 or 40 favourite. Not that the bookies mean much, but the reality is the expectation
was rubbish, didn't we?
Yeah.
Friday, we said those odds were
rubbish.
But
take that away, Tim. You got beaten by what I think is probably a less talented team or probably established team. And we just touched on, you don't concede 6 goals in the last term. Or 7 out of 9 goals, is it?
Yeah, 7 out of 9.
7 out of 9 and last 6 in a row without showing enough fight. So does there need to be a new voice? I think there will be at the end of the year.
It'll be before that. I mean, honestly,
it'll be by
on
the
back of
mid-season
Collingwood,
round.
let's not beat around the bush. After the Collingwood game last week, to be in the game here, to start like you did, to get to the last quarter, when the game's in the balance, to have 6 goals kicked against you and lose by 31, Ken's not an idiot.
No, he's not silly. And he knows
it's going to be a hell of a week for him, and I love him. I'm his biggest supporter. I do. And no one wants to see anyone lose their job. But, mate, this is going to be one hell of a week for the board. They'll have a little meeting maybe tomorrow or tonight. You can just see Koshy circling the wagons. He's Colonel Custer in the minute. The Indians are going to shoot him down. He's gone.
It won't happen this week.
Hello,
though.
Michael. How are you?
Yeah, fellas, I'm one-eyed Port supporter, and
hang on, Michael. We might just cut in. Hang on, Michael. We'll come back to you. Here's the Crows song with Gusto. Yeah, well done. 31-point winners. Hello, Michael.
Yeah, fellas, as I said, congratulations to the Crows, but end of the day, Ken Hinkley come out this year and said that was the best squad that he's got to coach. The players right now, they're not adhering to anything he's saying. If the board have got any ghoulies at all, they come out. Don't wait till August to sack him. Sack him now. Get on with life. Because I walked home tonight in the crowd, and I'll give you the big tip. There wasn't one supporter there saying Ken Hinkley should have his job after tonight. Crows are not as good as whatever they wanted the ball. Where Prison Bar Guernsey tonight was an embarrassment to the Port Adelaide Football Club. And no joke, it's eliminate all the problems. Because if they lose next year to 1 and 3, they're Western Bulldogs, they're 1 and 4. Don't wait till August. Put him out of his misery now. He might be able to redeem some sort of season that we've got. Because there's no point wasting another year keeping him there till August.
Thanks, Michael. A lot of people are saying that. Keep the calls coming in. Hello, Sean.
G'day, fellas. I listened to the call when I know Treaders and Jimmy got in a bit of trouble for being negative about the way that Port played, and they were just exactly right. Nothing's changed. We played the same football. We played the same people. Darcy Byrne-Jones. Like when he's in your leadership group and he plays the same ordinary way, you know where he's going to kick 50 metres, 1 length down the line. It's just getting too much for us.
Yeah, well, what everyone's talking about is a common theme here, and really it's going to take the board to hold strong or to make a call. I don't think they've got the mettle to make the call now, to be honest.
You know what I reckon? It'll be Ken. It'll be Ken. He won't let the board do it. I reckon he's the sort of fellow to say, you know what? Here's the troubling aspect of it. You lost against Collingwood. You lose to 31. Last 6 goals. We know all that. 31 showdown. Wear the black and white prison bar strip. Everything I hear from every Port people that I speak to, players this is, they love him. They're connected. They look connected.
Yeah.
So the first thing that goes when you get rid of a coach is you're not playing for him or you're not listening to the message. It's none of that. So it has to be the message is wrong.
Yeah, but also too.
What does it have to be?
When have you ever heard of players go, we don't love you?
Yeah, I said this last year, Treaders and guys on the radio. You know, when Port were going, you can tell when players actually legitimately back the coach,
correct,
or whether it's just the party line.
Yep.
And I saw last year intimately, you see it and you sit there and go, they're still playing. You can still see they're playing for him.
I'd jump off if I didn't see that.
Yeah.
And I'd say, get rid of him.
And you can tell, if you take, say, North Melbourne, for example, Nobes was always in trouble. You could just tell they were just off that 5%.
Yep.
But I didn't see that with Port, and that's why I thought that, maybe if they can get fit, there was all these reasons why at the start of the year. We understand that.
Yeah, I get that.
And we thought round one, geez, Alir back in, these guys are fit and healthy, and then then they got whacked last week, unfortunately, and then that performance tonight, probably more so in the end. It was an arm wrestle, for most of it, and it was only really that last 10 minutes of footy that Adelaide just put on the burners. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So does that, having been in that environment, is that the coach, or does that come down to you as an individual, as a player, to roll your sleeves up and say, we got to get this done?
I agree.
All of the above.
Players can't be off the hook on this.
Yeah.
And I question Port's leadership on the field. When you don't concede 6 in a row, and I get it's a showdown, and 9 in a row last week, for me it happens too often. So I get it's hard to stop the bleeding, but I don't see anything different to stop the bleeding from senior players to stand up and grind or take space or play arm across, desperate. The old days of on a Thursday, put the ball between two people and see how we fight. I'm not seeing that fight. Maybe that's unrealistic, but the pressure's going to come on.
Yeah, it will.
And the other bit too is important to say. Port has talked it up for the last 5 years, Campo. Even when you were coaching Adelaide, they talk it up. We're going to do this. We're going to win. Instead of, hey, we want to win 1 premiership in 5 years, they're going to try and win 3. We're going to win this year, next year, and the year after to fulfil that. There's just too much spin.
No,
and that's where the fans have had enough.
Yeah, I think they have. Margin 31, Crows 1, Showdown 53. Hello, Sam.
Hey, guys. I just love hearing the crocodile tears of these Port people. Oh, it's always someone else's fault. It's got to be Ken's fault. Bloody hell. Your team's just played a rubbish game. Just wear it. The better team won this week. Just wear it. Just accept it. Stop blaming someone else for your failure.
Don't think anyone's blaming for failures, are they? We've all said they got beaten by a better team. But the same people who haven't been a fan of the coach are staying not a fan of the coach.
Yeah, crocodile tears don't like them. Natasha?
Hi, how are you?
Well, I think there's 2 people in the room that are devastated. There's another 2 that are doing Skippy go round.
Well, I'm devastated because I'm a true Port Power supporter, and it is April Fool's Day, and I just thought, is this still a joke? Did this really just happen? So I just can't get my head around it.
Well, a lot of people can't, but there's going to need to be some questions asked and some answers given for Port supporters, because we've got a full board. Our text line's gone bunter. Timmy still can't talk. Treaders has gone, what the hell? Ken's presser will be riveting. Will be riveting. And we don't want to dance on anyone's graves. It's not about that. It's not about, time to go or anything like that. I think poor people do it themselves, but Kosh will be circling the wagons, and I think he should be the first voice you hear either tonight or tomorrow after that 31-point loss. We'll wait and see, Koshy. Simon from Brighton, hello.
G'day, mate. How you going, boys?
Well, don't ask us that, because there's 2 people in this room want to jump off the third tiers. So it's a pretty dumb question.
I'm fine.
Well, mate, all I'll say is great. It was great beating Collingwood tonight. It was fantastic. I can't believe we beat Collingwood tonight.
Is your name Eddie Maguire?
But I tell you what, Collingwood, they were a bit ordinary tonight, SANFL side. But, hey, Rowie, what did you say at the start of the season? The Crows would win the both showdowns? Well, you're 1 out of 1 so far. You're staying as a champ?
Yeah, there's a chance,
My fishing
Simon.
trip's looking a bit shaky right now, Rowie.
Hello, Seth, and I was told I was a dickhead. Hello, Seth.
Hello.
Seth!
Hey.
How you going, mate?
Good, thanks.
Give us some levity, mate. You sound as lower than a snake's belly.
Yeah, no, the Crows won, and we're really happy that the Crows won. I'm with my nonna and my nonna right now at their house, and it was just a great game.
Well done. Well, Seth, cheer up. You just won Showdown 53, mate. You sound like a Port supporter. Hello, Daniel.
Good evening, fellas.
I mean, who said that Lightning can't strike twice against the Power? Because twice on April Fool's Day, we've done them, and that's fantastic. But I'm a bit surprised that Steelthorpe didn't win the Showdown medal tonight with those 5 goals. That was a difference tonight.
I agree. He's stiff.
God, he was
stiff,
good.
isn't he?
Well, there was a lot.
Campo?
A lot of them were stiff. Hey, where are the Port supporters? 822 300. We don't want Crow supporters gloating. Well, that's good as well. Timmy?
Well, if you win, you've got every right to.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Timmy's about to snap someone in a minute.
I didn't lose for you. You put your little stripy top on and you didn't turn up in the last quarter. Don't look at me. Ain't my fault. Hello, Trish.
Be careful, Rowie. You're in left foot striking distance.
Trish.
How you going? Listen, I just want to say something right here. I need to ask Treaders and Timmy G, is this in Port Adelaide's head, the player's head, or is this Ken? Because I want to stop those awful Port Adelaide people who were yelling at the players like it was the end of the world. This is a game, for God's sake. I'm so embarrassed about those Port Adelaide people. But I want to ask you, Treaders and Timmy G, tell me, who is it? Is this Ken or is this the players?
Well, it's always a combo of both. You're in it together. Players, coaches, the whole lot. And I don't want to be disparaging, but, you know, where do you think Adelaide are going to finish this year?
Well, yeah. Well, on tonight's form, but once again, are we saying that Port Adelaide are a top 8 side?
Yeah.
Or
and I'm saying they're not.
Yeah, and it doesn't get any easier. They play Sydney next week, who are humming.
Yeah.
So if they bring that same level of, I guess, intensity at the end, I mean, so Sydney have got all facets of the game humming.
We're still looking at an Adelaide side that's trying
still
to work its way, developing.
Yeah,
correct. And you've been beaten like that. So where does that put you?
Yeah, well,
we might come back with those thoughts. We're going to go down to the Crows rooms. This is after the game, thanks to Urban Bathrooms and Kitchens. Showdown 53, won by Adelaide by 31 points. One of the leaders that stood up all day is Tom Duday. Tom, congratulations.
Thank you, Rowie. Appreciate it. Can you hear me this week?
Yeah, we can hear you this week,
result.
which is fantastic. Kicked the last 6 goals of the game. When the game was in the balance, you guys just wanted it more.
Yeah, mate, it felt like that. We sort of didn't start the way we wanted to. It felt like a couple of stupid mistakes, bad free kicks, a couple of easy goals down back, and the next 2 quarters were a bit of an arm wrestle, and we felt if we could keep it going, we'd get on top. Eventually we did, and credit to the way that we finished, because we haven't closed out games the last 2 weeks, and we needed that one.
Tommy Campo up here, congratulations, great win.
Thanks, Campo.
I guess, you know, you knew that, I guess, with Port Adelaide, if you can break even or win contested ball, you won that area by 20, which is outstanding. But the highlight for me was your ability to get them on the outside. And that was a thing probably in the last quarter that enabled you to kick those 6 goals, as you guys looked like you wanted to be that extra number at the next contest.
Yeah, as a former midfield coach, man, I know that would get you excited, because it's annoying when the last couple of weeks we've just been beaten by getting sucked into the ball, and then GWS and Richmond have just spat out, and down back they're coming shoulders out. It's pretty tough to stop, but we trusted that our boys can get it done in there, and Sloaney was incredible in that 4th quarter. Lairdy stood up all game, Saligo, Rochelle, and then the big boys getting it done up forward, like Filthy kicking goals, and Chase at the end there. We needed everyone to stand up in that 4th quarter and stick to their roles, and they did, and yeah, it was a huge win.
Yeah, it was a real even contribution really for the whole day. We called it was a bit of an arm wrestle really up until that last 10 minutes, but you just highlighted, I mean, Luke Pedler was probably the other one that was in my mind. You know, he's kicked 3 goals, had the most score involvements in the game. That's another string to his bow. Not only can he potentially move in the midfield, but know that he is a goal kicker when he goes forward.
Yeah, that's a great shout. Should have called him out as well. He was elite, so was Rankin. But he's someone. We was just so excited about what he was doing in the pre-season, and he had a great off-season, got his body right, and in the pre-season he was just every training he was doing 2 or 3 things that were pretty special. And since then we knew that he would take a game on at one stage. And first 2 weeks you saw glimpses, and then today to be able to kick 3 in big moments, and he probably could have had another couple as well. We're very impressed with what we've seen from him, and very excited what the future brings.
Warren Treadray here, mate. Great performance, kicking the last 6 goals of the game, running out 5-goal winners. A great performance. But 3/4 time, what was said, because kicks the first one through Steelthorpe, looked like Port had the ascendancy, and then it was just, open the floodgates.
Yeah, to be honest, it was just stick to what we do. We had a feeling that with the way the numbers were going in terms of contested possession, forward half footy, in terms of forward half turnovers, all those sort of things, we felt like we were doing some good things. We just couldn't seem to put the actual goals through. We were, it was pretty low scoring in that second half, and we felt like if we could just keep going, keep at them, we could overrun them. And credit to the boys in that regard, which everyone just stuck to the roles, stuck to what we knew would work, and trusted the process, to use a cliche, and ended up working out for us.
Two areas you sort of struggled at, causing enough turnovers. You got 10 goals from turnovers and 7 from stoppage. You'd have to be pleased with those breakdowns.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something that we pride ourselves on our forward half footy, and obviously it starts with the contest in terms of getting that ball forward, but then the forwards being able to pressure, mids cover outlets, and backs getting up's a big part of our game, and to be able to close it out in the second half the way we did with those stats that you mentioned is a big tick for this young group that's trying to go places, and we needed to get off the schneid, and we did.
Tommy, has anybody like the coaches had a chance to address it, or has it just been all celebrations at the moment?
No, we went in straight away, chatted to Nixie and Burnsy. We went through a few numbers that showed why we got the win, but it was mainly just about how proud he is that we stuck to it. And as I mentioned, the last 2 weeks we've had teams come at us. We've had Richmond and GWS where we've been good for periods, but then when they come at us, we can't get it done. And to be able to stand up in the fourth quarter when we knew Port were going to have to go for it, they were going to take kicks on and get their running game going, we ended up just finding a way to hold on, and that's what Nixie just mentioned, basically how proud he was of that and how we stuck to our way and got the job done.
Yeah, and Dawson came out bravely, if you like, in the captain's presser, and he put it on the leaders. You're one of them. The leaders did stand up, and he certainly did as a leader, and he won the Showdown medal.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal leader, mate. That's why he's our skip. We talked about in the leadership group this week about how we need to stand up when the game gets hot and contested, and if they get a run on, we need to put it on ourselves to look everyone in the eye and get us back focused. And I feel like we did it, but to be honest, the group doesn't need it all the time. We've got a pretty good bunch of boys here that love to compete, love to fight, and I think the last 2 weeks we just sort of went away from that for a little bit, and that's what killed us. And then tonight we made sure that everyone stayed on the same page and got the chockies in the end.
So were the Eskies out with a few tinnies?
No comment there, Rowie. I'll leave that to everyone to think about. No, they're out. But your boy was having a good night. We saw him on the way out. He was getting up and about for us up in the stands. Looked like he was going to fall off the edge potentially.
Who? What? Jimmy?
Yeah, your boy Jim.
He needs to pull his head in.
Yeah, he's like father, like son.
Tommy Duday to the team. Great effort. Well done. Wagons out, and get him up again next week. Well done. Thanks.
Appreciate it, fellas. On to next week.
Yeah, he's happy. How long do you have to move on to next week? You got to enjoy it. Right now is the best time.
24 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. They're bloody hard to win. Any game of footy at the AFL level, and I love the fact, I'm probably a little old school like you, but I love the fact that they're having just a can in there. They work so hard, these guys, these days, and the pressure, and I guess we grew up in an era where we could actually go out and have a beer after the game. These guys don't.
No.
It's just, the science behind it and the recovery side of it. But I'm glad, you need to just take a spell, have the 24 hours, enjoy the victory, and then when they come in on Monday, look at some great clips and let's move on to Freo next week because they need to back it up.
Okay, 18-9, 117 to 13-8, 86, 31-point winners, the Crows. Tom Duday down in the rooms. We've taken all your calls. Make sure you call us on Monday, Timmy and I. We'll go through it, but let's do the awards. We'll start with yours, Treaders. Port Adelaide Injury Report. Thanks to Western Hospital, your healthcare hub that serves the community. Any injuries for Port?
Don't think there is. No excuses.
Desmond subbed was
weird,
strange one for me.
Only had 8 touches and a goal, but thought they might have needed his run, but that was a decision.
Charlie Dixon got a hip flexor or something.
He looked ginger there for a while.
If anything, the Adelaide players. I wrote back Michaelini, ribs, Tex, bit of a. Was struggling a bit.
Groin.
Yeah, butts, ankle.
Rochelle had the full body cramp.
And Barry got subbed out. Well, that wasn't through an injury, was it?
Well, let's do our footy awards. Thanks to Beechwood Homes, real custom home builders. What was your goal of the day?
Well, thanks for the notice, Rowie, because I'm trying to remember what the best goal from Port Adelaide was. Beechwood Homes.
It had to be Fiveaa Pepper.
Fiveaa Pepper, sorry. I'll give it to him. Thanks to Beechwood Homes, the real custom home builders. Mark of the day. Come on, boys. I need some help here. I'm too busy trying to find a third best and best
I'd just
player
say Sam Fiveaa Pepper.
Yeah, maybe one of Charlie's. Maybe.
Rising star of the day. I think for Port, Horn Francis was pretty good. He had 6 clearances, 16 touches, 2 score involvements. But there weren't too many youngsters who were really dominant from Port Adelaide, which hurt a little bit.
That's the rising star, thanks to Foodland supermarkets with everyday low prices. Great food lives at Foodland. They've got the rising star. They've also got the player of the day. What is your 3-2-1 for Port players?
Well, the one's a bit of a raffle. I'm going to battle with that. I'm giving Houston a vote off half-back. I don't think there was really one that deserved it. I gave 2 votes to Powell Pepper. He had 15 and 3 goals. Arguably could have got 3 votes, and I gave Rosie 3 votes. He had 27 and a goal, and was or 28 and a goal, and was super clean. So they were the best performers, but they're really only 2 highlights, to be honest. Powell Pepper and Rosie for Port Adelaide, who are consistent performers.
We'll go to the Crows, the winners, Beechwood Homes, Real Custom Home Builders. Goal of the day, Campo?
Hard to go back. Isaac Rankins off one step.
Yeah.
That was an absolute ripper. And you called it, I think, Treaders. There's probably only 1 or 2 other guys on the ground that could probably do that. I thought he was outstanding. The McGain Real Estate Mark of the Day, I went Tom Duday. That one-hander early in the game was an absolute ripper. Just
gloved it.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
he had a catcher's mitt on.
It's like the NFL guys had the Velcro on. The rising star, thanks to Foodland supermarkets, I went with Riley Thilthorpe. I thought he was great. He had presence. He played with aggression. He jumped at the ball. He was cat-like at ground level. And part of it was, Roy, for me, is he went straight on the ground. He went straight into the ruck, which then got him involved in the game. He just didn't rot forward. So that was, for me...
Now back it up.
Yeah, correct. It's always the way. Player of the day, thanks to Foodland again, I went Jordan Dawson. Hard to go past his game. Captain's game, put it on himself and the leaders during the week. And I thought, particularly early, he was the one. He had 5 or 6 early possessions, and his connection inside forward 50 was outstanding.
Well done. That just about wraps it up, I think. Timmy, does it?
Oh, I think so. Josh, you happy with that? Yeah, thanks, Josh.
Well, there's plenty to come. The Sunday roast tomorrow. Yours and my show at 4 o'clock on Monday. There's going to be Koshy speak at some stage. There's going to be Ken Hinkley speak at some stage. It's going to be a massive week in football, Timmy.
Koshy will be on breakfast.
He will be on Brecky on 5AA. Do not miss that. They won't panic. There's probably no need to panic. I feel for Ken, because the dogs are more than barking. You can cut the tension in the air.
Port Adelaide.
With a butter knife. Not a hot knife, not a filleting knife that I can do whiting.
That's footy.
24 in a minute. You can cut it. After the game is thanks to Boy Urban Bathrooms and Kitchens. Crows 1. Showdown 53 18 9 117 13 8 86. Here's the highlights. Sam Powell Pepper, one of Port's favourites, steps out to the right, goes straight and goal! He's kicked it. Has it gone over the head? They couldn't get a glove on it. Why wasn't Riley right on the goal line?
So Charlie Dixon, free kick. Dead in front. 20 metres out as he kicks, and he kicks it. So Port Adelaide, fast start, running well. Dawson's got it now. Can he get clear? Murphy over to Rankin. He won't miss this. He's running into an open goal. Too easy for him. He kicks towards goal. There was a bit of push and shove in the square, but Philthorpe over the back of his head. He's done the scissor kick. We've seen it before.
Big man fly. Philthorpe, Crop, Redler. Get his hand free. Handballs to Rankin. Goals.
It's a bad matchup, boys. Kicks it deep. Jones in a one-on-one who's cutting across. At ground level, it's going to be picked up, it's going to be put through by Butters.
Towards the riverbank, stand in, and he's put through his second. Inspired, Riley Philthorpe.
Well, they've got the underground handball. Good work by Willem Drew, picked it up, gave it off to Connor Rosie, who snaps the goal.
Outside 50, well, he's gone one way, then the other. Now he's going to run to 50. If he kicks this, that's a genius. Goes to goal, he's kicked it. He is a genius. The stand rule stuffed everything up for Miller. He's going, can I move, can I move, can I move? He wasn't behind his bloody mark. He goes Rankin, got the ball forward to guess who? Philthorpe. He gave the peddler. Goal! Philthorpe's in everything.
Charlie just been limping a bit. Will it hook his kick? No, it won't. He kicks it straight through the middle. Charlie gets his third. Good ends up with Rochelle. Rochelle gets a kick away. Jonas Alier. They're under the pump. They're outnumbered. Ground level. Saligo.
Good boy. Oh!
Goal. Cleary over the back. Loose ball. Oh, it's a fumble. It's a fumble. It's Philthorpe. Oh, no. Jones made a big mistake.
Kicks it from 50. Cathedral end. Orazio! Yes, he's done it! Game on, Timmy!
up high. Who took the mark? Pal Pepper. No.
Play on.
Play on, the umpire said. On his left. Can he kick a goal? No way! He puts Port Adelaide in front.
Lysett, Walker, Lysett. Walker's won it. Gets back over it. Gets it out. Let it go! That is superb, Adelaide!
Anyway, kicked up. Was that Rankin? He's had a snap at goal.
Oh,
He's kicked
star.
the miracle goal.
You star!
Kick one in the first, two in the second, one in the last, two in the last. Hillthorpe kicks his fifth. So Rankin going back. Siren sounds as he gets set
It's a great win.
for his fourth. It comes back through the goals and he makes it 31-point winners.
This is 5AA football.
Australia's first ever Live Golf Tournament hits Adelaide at the Grange Golf Course April 21 to 23. See world-class golfers including legends Phil Mickelson, Dustin Johnson and Sergio Garcia, as well as Australia's own Cam Smith. Go head-to-head in a high-stakes weekend of golf, shotgun starts, fan village fun and live music. Hospitality experiences are selling fast but still available, so get to livegolf.com to secure your place on course today. Proudly supported by 1395, Adelaide's 5AA.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding as we present to you Australia's national dish, the chicken schnitzel. Please remain standing as it's now just $8.49 a 4-pack at Aldi. Aldi. Good. Different.
Tax time is Triton time at Agostino Mitsubishi. Your new Triton is ready for immediate delivery. No.
It's not just our barista quality that makes McCafe coffee so good. It's our premium beans, sourced from Kenya, Honduras, Ethiopia and Brazil, and roasted in Melbourne, that makes it coffee fit for an Aussie. Available up to